I can't even imagine what schools are like now. I believe I'm done with all other beings. In fact, I believe that before I was placed somewhere against my will, but I'm not certain, that I didn't believe in aliens, and I'm put in a situation that went completely against my belief. Completely against my belief, and in a situation where I'm made to believe that I created something that caused stirred shit up. Depending on what kind of person you are, you will believe either that's true because you're someone where you just know how solid you are. And if you're someone who betrays a lot of people and throws the rock and hides your hand, you'll believe that it's an easy excuse for me to get away with shit. Even though I've already proven that I'm just legit across the board with everything I believe in, unless something sways my belief and then I'm honest about it, because that's part of living, is to have things change and what you believe in and what you believe changes. Otherwise, you're a vegetable. Your brain stops. You know what I'm saying. It would make sense. I don't believe I want anything to do with ancestors, and I want nothing to do with alien beings, and I wish they would all just leave. I wish they would just be eradicated immediately all at once. It does. It makes sense as, even if they, let's just say that you asked them for assistance. Now, some of them did, and they handled some things. Is it really that, as beliefs change? I told you. So for people who want to say you were wrong, you were wrong 6 times in the past hour about some things. But do they play both sides too? Some of these ancestors wanted to come back and they don't have another chance, and they're jealous, they're competitive, and they like to cause chaos, and there's a lot of resentment for who some of you are. Not all of you, but for some of you, you piss them off just by ascending constantly. Alien beings, I have to assume, just from the looks of these motherfuckers, I tried to accept them as peculiars. I just feel like even with that, it's something in the air. I can feel it, right? It's something in the air. Envy, jealousy, the spirit of everything seems to have just taken over. But maybe if we get rid of that as above, things will change so below. Now somebody will say, well, now you think of it, it's not my fucking job. I'm right, isn't you stated? She's not God. Somebody got shut up. Can we acknowledge the child in us? I mean, not the inner child that I'm not so serious in life, but just your ability. Some of you, just take your lives. Just take your lives. You don't believe in hell anyway. If that's your belief, let's see if that's your belief. But you being this big kid of, but you said that, but you did this yesterday. You can't stand yourself. You hate who you've become. And it's like your insides are all tangled because it's creating knots inside of you, it feels like, and then you're the one who winds up attacking and bullying other people. Can't really control what our kids do. Yes, you can. Laughing my ass off. At what? What were they laughing at? Immediately I felt, you're laughing now. Or you were laughing then. What happened? The judicial system? The government? Were they laughing at you? Cops? Ha ha. Going through struggle? Lawyers? Judges? We have control. Ha ha. We have the power. We can arrest you whenever the hell we want to. We can 302 you whenever we want to. Ha ha. What's going on? They didn't even think of this. They never thought of this. I'm telling you, this is the ground coming out from underneath people. I never thought of that. I mean, who would even think that justice would be served like this? People, even not in the judicial system, could have laughed when you said, I believe that justice will be served. I believe that things will be balanced out. It has to be. Even if things have to get shaken up. People laughed at you. Who's crying now? Feeds the fire. I mean, this is beauty in reverse. This is health. You could have been struggling and having health issues, and they laughed at you. Your looks, this would be, with your looks deteriorating, it could have been being sick. Why would this have happened? Oh, with the messages, they laughed at you. This is not attractive when it comes to messages or something with the media images. They laughed at your editing. People putting things on your face that didn't belong. They played with you when it came to editing. They couldn't even put a dick on you. You see what I'm saying? And I'm guessing that if this is coming out now, there could be some things about them that are edited. Did you never stop to think that somebody was going to do the same thing to you? Really? But I have a badge. Oh, okay. Stuff being put in your food. You being all alone. They laughed at you because you were isolated from the world. You said that humanitarian, something was going to happen for you messing with humanitarians. Humanitarians. You could have said that, they like to isolate those people. Yup, I'm staying to myself also. But some people laughed at you because you said that you were staying to yourself because you were very fussy on what kind of dick that you require, and they could have laughed at that. Now some people are sick from AIDS. This is also that. They could have laughed at you when you said, I just need to get on a different path. They laughed at words that you used, is what this is. And it was a combination, right? It was a combination of the words that you used and what you were speaking of. So we have sick dicks. We have people going through an intense struggle. This is rebuilding to me. It could have been people's fences, people driving through fences, accidents now. They have to get their cars fixed. All because you attacked the people that we need on this planet. Here's the lesson. Here's the aha. This person here would have helped you fix your car and never mention it again. You tell me where you can find a whole bunch of these motherfuckers, please. You said if you don't start arresting the right people, stop arresting the people who would what? These would be builders who would just do your shit and help fix your roof for dirt cheap, maybe even for free, and then just say, look, when I need something, barter. You arrest them, or you don't arrest their adversaries intentionally. Sabotaging loving men. What's happening with this? What would be the karma for this? A bull. Tell me about the repercussion for attacking. Now they're stuck with these friggin' for you men who didn't like these, you thought that these empathetic good men were prey. You attacked them, you arrested them, you didn't attack or arrest their biggest enemies. Now you're stuck with these females that don't shut the hell up. I miss my goddamn friends. That's what I feel. I miss my friends. I haven't felt this heat turn on in hours. There we go. Turn that shit up to 80. Turbo. There we go. Now, tell me about this broad here who acts like a child. I feel them around me. And I'm guessing that you could be codependent on this woman now. You can't get away from her. Thinking that I might be gay, but you're not. Oh, this is creating fury in a man because I miss my friend. These were good friends of yours. These were fathers, uncles, brothers, friends, co-workers that you didn't want. You thought that they were weak because they... How is this possible? How is it possible that this guy that would come to your aid every time you fucked up, and it was often, became someone that you wanted gone? The behind that, okay? Sabotaging and ruining good things. This is the replacement. Somebody's thinking of running, or they started running. I got to start running just to get. I want to get away, but you don't even run. You're unhealthy, sir. So this motherfucker starts out running. Where he actually go? I wouldn't be surprised if he winds up at the bar. Southern. He goes out running and comes back smelling like Southern. It could be, if he's not going to the bar, I'm not sure he's going to be able to afford that for much longer. He uses this pity story to get drinks. That's only going to last for so long. Yeah, I feel like even some other people, they're like, look, I don't know what to tell you. Like, are you really running? She's watching you, though. If this is a friggin' wife, she's watching you. She knows that you're not running. You leave the house, and then she puts on some type of disguise, and she follows you. Let me find out what else is so goddamn funny. What they thought was funny when it came to you. Gave out your phone number. Ha 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 ha. Positive aura. What a big deal it is when you have this positive aura. Do you really need other beings and aliens and shit to block things for you, or does your aura do it by itself? Little children. Gave out your phone number, the lovers, and told them that you possibly were a prostitute, set you up to get shot. Somebody got shot. There's a cop that got shot. It wasn't in the line of duty either. It feels like motherfuckers are just open firing on people for you. There could even be people in situations that laugh out loud at you, and there are individuals that sit in that room that are like, I can see that you're not a cop, or you wouldn't be in this situation, and I don't really give a fuck if you are. I mean, you're just, these individuals, they take lives. It's almost, it's part of what they do. You're no different to me just because you have a fake piece of metal and a uniform. In fact, I could kill you and take that and take your uniform and be a cop myself. Nobody questions anything when it comes to police officers. You have police officers driving around in costumes, in vehicles And this is why they don't ever arrest. I heard someone say this the other day telepathically. You fools, you're being fooled. You're being threatened by fake cops with fake badges, with costumes, who drive around in vehicles that don't even belong to the city. This is why they won't arrest you. They can't book you. They're not in the system. And they have you doing fucked up. This is why the gang stalking has gotten so bad. This was somebody's, Arthur Sedgley, this was somebody's idea. Well, let's keep growing this fake badge thing, and then we'll turn the whole world against these people and target them. I thank you, universe, that I could never be the type of punk that would bully somebody and bother somebody minding their business in their own home. I do. We have the death card now. You're the hoodlums. They gave out your phone number too. For some of you, it was because they said that you had something to do with taking the life of somebody. Gave out your phone number. No, I'm wrong. Somebody gave out your phone number of somebody that you were in a relationship with or a friendship with. This is a solid friendship or relationship. Why would they give out your phone number? Here, there's their phone number. They're the ones who did this. This could have $10 million. This could have something to do with drug deals or trafficking. And I'm guessing that you got attacked because of it. I don't know, does your phone ring off the hook? Yep, by your community. This is a group or a cartel here. This was something that had a whole group of people attacking you. All they do is make videos. You definitely could be... God, it's like there's hair in the air. And my arm hits it. That's what it feels like. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. This is a leader of some sort, or a trafficker, or a dealer. I don't know what happened with you, but the death card, it could have turned back on some. It could have been that you never had these calls come through. Something like that, where, give me some letters. They did this so that you would be targeted. If you feel like you were targeted out of nowhere, okay, it could have had something to do with somebody saying, here, this is them, this is their phone number, they're the one, ask them. Instead of asking questions, they just automatically, Sean Oliver, Seth Oliver, Sean Oliveira, Selena, Serena, but Seneca, that's, I don't know that, but I mean, is that what we just do now? This is why it's hard to respect the groups. They don't exist as far as I'm concerned. Because when these groups existed, there was balance in the world. They more or less were... You were those types of people where they were Heyoka, vigilante type of people. You were criminals, but you got rid of the trash only because the trash was a threat to your enterprise. The way I see it now, I don't have respect for you, and I don't have to, and you don't have to respect me. And I don't feel attacked by you. I really don't. I think you know that once this gay thing came into place, you guys just you just became sex addicts, and then getting high on your own supply, and you forgot how to fight, and you started attacking women, and I feel like a lot of you have no choice, even if whether you're ready or not, to admit that this shit just it's over. You become bullies too. A lot of you have become bullies, and then there are those who wanted no parts of it. and they're taking a loss because of it. They became targets. You know, you guys became the adversaries of the wrong people and friends of the wrong. Let me ask you something. Am I not? Is there something that happened in the world that I'm not aware of, and it won't be brought to our attention unless some reporters are bold enough? You understand? And some people at networks are bold enough. Maybe the universe, did some of you say, I wish that so-and-so or this would be removed so we could actually report on what's happening? It may very well be that these people were removed. You just don't know it yet. Some people aren't going to show up for work. I'm ready to shave my head bald. And you're going to know that this means you are free now to start running this shit your way and hiring someone to replace them. The resistance, we could say, is being removed by the universe. Please report what's going on in the world, because when they put magnitude and prepared and expectation and buried, something tells me that some buildings fell and some ground gave out. Yeah. Start speaking that shit into existence. When you know you're a certain type of person, you can speak. When I speak it, it happens immediately now. My area around me is sacred. Like I said, people will come around me now because they know that. Please don't come around me and attack me while you're trying to gain some type of protection off of somebody like me. You will die a violent death. You understand? When you leave here, there could be somebody that winds up in the room with you that cannot wait to be that motherfucker that does it because they value me. Mm-hmm. Some of your police officers who like to bully, they will be moved out of the way. Their homes will fall to the ground. They will get into car accidents. This has to happen in order for... Some of you know, you saw it in your mind about this other planet. And you can see this one going to shit. And it's becoming more clear that you should have been friends and not enemies of certain people. No one will be allowed around these people, these builders, these creators for this new planet. I think people thought it was funny, or they thought it was crazy. That could also be a laughing my ass off, where people thought when you said that there's the ability to go and create life on another planet. Just think about it though. See, you guys are so focused on stupid shit that we have robotics to work effortlessly, non-stop, without tiring. Alright, there's logic number one. The money can be printed. Do you even need money? I mean, eventually you need a system, right? You need some type of financial system in place. Otherwise, you're just creating things to give it away, to create some kind of structure. Inherit the earth. It may be inheriting. They could have laughed when you said about inheriting the earth, or the earth will be destroyed. Looks like there's death and destruction in places where certain people were separated from. I think somebody was like, yeah, okay, yeah, that's what they said. I'll wait. But I can't wait to see this. Look, I can't. Somebody was like, they're showing me some big friggin' black broad or something like that, who was like, you are one of the most angry. You are just that. I can't believe somebody hasn't put a bullet in your brain. I think they like to see you be tortured, though. They get, it's entertainment, the way that you handle things with this, with your big ass freaking gut and your spread legs. I mean, you're just, I'm gonna say, you're disgusting. You are an embarrassment. You are about to fall through the floor. Goodbye. Oh, wait, what am I doing? Page of Wands. You better get on your shit. You better get on the right path. Ha, 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 ha. With this. It's going to be impossible for people not to. Some of you're witnessing it, and you're not even thinking of pulling out your phone and recording it because you're so busy listening to me all day and paying attention to where I move and what I say and what I think. You asked the universe for content, and you got it, and you're just sitting there. METY FM. Mind your fucking business. I wouldn't be surprised if a B fell out. No pressure. Nope. MEYTFMAT. It could have been laughing their ass off when you started talking about females and how important it is. I think at some point, those of you who have this knowing, it's almost all knowing, and it freaks you out as well. Where is this coming from? I don't believe that there's a God. I mean, some of you laughed when I did my reading yesterday and talked about there's nobody coming to save, or that it's every man for themselves, or something that had to do with that, and you didn't necessarily believe what you believe. It's that you can't tell me that there's no God or there's no Savior. You can actually see my pants moving with this pick or this pike. It's like gravity mixed with altering appearances and reality. I don't think there's anybody doing this. I think this is a force. I'm not going to lie. I think this is something that was created. It's a combination, it feels like, of the two. The other day I went to throw something and it glided as if things in my environment are being lifted. It could be this shit coming through cracks of the earth. I don't always want to blame this shit on somebody else. If anybody else feels this, it could even be a force that follows us that's a little uncomfortable, but it could be protection of some sort where people can't come around you. They can't stay around you. All right. Where was I? Oh, some of these people, they left. Where's your God at? You could have laughed when somebody told you that I'm a God incarnate, or there's something supernatural about me. And they attacked you instead of even just taking it into consideration because of things that were proven. I'm angry that I'm not this. The crown is very heavy. Be careful of saying, I want to be God, or I want to be this incarnate, or I want to be a god or a goddess, or I want to save the world. You got it. Take it. Yeah, now nobody wants it, right? Now that there's all this death and destruction, nobody wants to do that. This is the laziness that came with believing in the Savior. You play this role in life everywhere you go. People who didn't believe in this, they are their own saviors. And because of this, the system puts them in situations to do so. The system thrives off of religion. It's a multi-billion-dollar business. Could have laughed when I said that. Those of you who rely on someone to save you made you lazy in life. You felt that you could just do whatever you wanted and somebody was going to fix your problems at the end. Now you're just the same. Your mom, your dad, your exes, your siblings, every fucking buddy has to handle shit for you. You're not targeted like a lot are. There's a big difference than someone being targeted and having intentional roadblocks thrown every goddamn step they take. It's so covert that it has your family and friends thinking that you're codependent, or that, and then the drugs will be forced into your life too, usually at a young age when you're targeted since birth. You will have people putting drugs in your food even, or you'll have family members that will get high with you, and then once you become addicted, now you're just an addict. You know, then you'll have family members who are addicted to worse things or have the same addiction but even worse, but yours is still the main focus. What this does to you, for those of you who can relate to that and you're still standing, that's supernatural in itself. Just taking all of that every day, all day, only talking about your mistakes, never ever. There are people who were part of an experiment, and your parents are still living as if that experiment is going on, and you are well into your 30s, 40s, 50s. Like this, it's over. I exposed it. I asked you about it. Some of them admitted it. Others denied it. Some don't even remember, but they have an idea. They can just tell. You know, you gave them enough information where it's... But, I don't want to feel like I'm going to die being part of an experiment where you're supposed to neglect me. They may not even realize they're doing this. Some of your parents, they're not even realizing they're still following procedure. They want me in particular just to call out things. They fall right where they stand, don't they? I will do it for you. Whoever betrayed Jeremy, fall through the ground. You'll be left standing. That's what they're saying. You know how I said before, this is the rapture. Instead of going up, they're going down, right? And then you have the earth angel children who float. Their hearts are lighter than a feather. Not all children wind up in heaven just because they're kids. It really is. That's true, right? We think of rapture as somebody being brought up, and I did say that there could have been a form of rapture with teleportation, and that still could be another level of rapture. Rapture doesn't have to be one phase. Forget the Bible in description, in specifics, and let's just go by categories. So here we go. We've already experienced a form of rapture, which is separation and removal, really, based off of punishment, repentance, balance. What we don't need anymore. Now, there will be another round of whoever's left doing the right thing, whatever that is for you, right? But the end result is this. Regardless of where your mind's at, there has to be balance in this universe in order for all of us to be okay. Okay, look at it like that, because some of you, you're given another chance. You don't see it as that, but if you're still standing right now, it's because you know that there's something that you need to do, and you have the means to do it. I don't want to put that out there that there's going to be people who do this shit again. I want to assume that people are going to say, Jesus Christ, I'm living on this planet. I mean, what's left of it? I can either fight against myself, which is what this is, and I wind up like this, or I can be the one still standing. It's just two options here. It's about greed. Some of you, it's greed. You still have money. Some of these people, it could be some banks even fell, and a lot of money fell through the ground that'll never be recovered. Please stop trying to climb down there to get money. Are you out of your fucking minds? These open holes in the earth aren't for you guys to try to find the center of the earth. Some things aren't meant to be found. You will lose your life. It won't be immediate. I don't want you to. I want you to hear me. I don't want you to. There's something that you need to do which requires action up here. It's something with your child, Damien. You know that your daughter's being trafficked somewhere? Okay. Put yourself in her position, please. She has dirty-ass men coming in, please. What is this? I see saddle. Paddle? Wow. Back in the saddle again. This is a restart for a lot of you who felt like somebody was holding your money. Or that they weren't giving you a position at a job. Sip. Oh, 6. And PP. Some of you have these loans that you couldn't pay back. Government buildings will be falling through the ground. It's going to be interesting. If people would take out their phones and I don't know if you still have, some people still have video cameras and you love that shit, you refuse to deal with technology after a certain extent. I love that about you. Start recording. You may be these people that now, without sacrificing children, will be able to create movies and shows now. And then you'll have these people with networks who have the opportunity to step up and lead now because your threats are being removed. Do you understand how this is working? A lot of you, this isn't just what I said out loud, but this is you wishing for something. And you're waiting for it to happen here, but it's happening over here. You have to make your way there from there. You understand? I'm gonna get myself killed. What's left? What's going to be left of the judicial system? It has to change. It's not. At some point, this world isn't serving anybody. That's when you know things just have to be destroyed and rebuilt. It may not always be okay. Because if that's my planet that I saw with my mind shut, and I believe it is, I just the way that I am, how creative I am, how I thrive with everything I do. I master most things. I do believe that there's another man in myself who did this. I do. I think he's just like me. He's my twin. Even if it's not a relationship, but it feels like it was, and it feels like we were a huge threat to a lot of people this way. Why would you see these people who build and create for everybody as a threat? I believe that we knew that this shit, because we both are gifted and we both can see things and we both get shown things about the future in our mind, and I believe that we both went to another planet, created robots there, and had them start digging and shit, and we were removed from this shit. I'm thinking, what would we have been removed from here? Who gives a shit? I mean, and it was both. The money here, I believe that we did something that I don't feel like we're getting karma for doing that, but I do believe that we did something with some other people, and they used us for certain things and then thought that they were going to just cast us the fuck out. I believe that we figured out how to print money. We used that money based on also gotten trust and just of ways where the universe was on our side for attaining whatever this was. I believe that we created this robot army, and it was not to attack people, and that's another reason why this was allowed. It was to build on another planet because we knew that this shit was inevitable here. Now, anyone who tries to make their way to that planet, you'll die. You understand? It's not yours. You need to be invited there. There's spiritual contract and spiritual laws in place where you cannot force yourselves on that planet. I'm going to say it out loud. You will die in the process of trying to force yourself there. You have to earn the right. What is this on my back? When I tell you virtual reality will not be a thing there, and I heard through a being that I trust, it was a robot. I felt like a very loyal worker, a friend, family. You will be there within the next few, you two will be there within the next few months. I believe that shit. Whether it's through flying there, because we built that shit too, and now people may, or whether it's teleportation, it could be that we're both set to pass away peacefully, whether together in the same place, but that's what this looks like. It looks like we both die at the same time. It could be holding hands or laying next to each other. I don't know. You never know. If you're still here. Divine Feminine. Yep. They could have laughed when you said that you said something, we need this type of woman. The planet went to shit when she was removed, when this was removed. This is a master creator here, but see, there's been such a program in place where only men can create things. I mean, men are builders, right? No, that's just wrong. I mean, I proved this shit wrong just by roofing. I am your daughter in certain ways. Okay? I did. I spent about 8 years roofing, 8 years with the family. Enough, where I invested enough. It only took about 8 years, and then I was removed in some way for whatever reason, and I can tell that the business is suffering a little bit. I'm not saying it was all because of me. It's because also of people in the neighborhood see that you're helping out certain people and not helping out your daughter in a way that you should, and some of it is karma, but I do believe that there are people who were in complete disbelief and are wondering if you were changed out as well. Okay, I mean, I just want to feel like at some point I have a father somewhere that gives a shit about my life. I don't feel like many people on the planet do, but when it comes to that and it comes to the time that I've invested working, it hurts my feelings to feel that, I can tell that someone in particular can't stand you. I can tell that you can't stand them, and I know he can tell too, and I do feel like something's being put in your food to make you sick. It would be great if you could be more of a verbal and be more set. You are a man that's set in your ways. It would be great if you could direct that towards the right areas. That's all. 41 minutes. All right, I'm just going to end it at that. I'm overwhelmed. I say that all the time, and then I speak afterward. I'm overwhelmed with what I feel happened on the planet because of this. I refuse. I just never thought that it would be that bad of people saying, nope, that things like that would happen. And if things don't change, this whole planet is going to break apart. And I believe that this asteroid that's coming and set for 2027 is going to happen when certain people are officially removed from here. I think it's going to happen sooner. And there will be no planet left anymore. What happens at that point? Do you just float? What happens, right? Do we just float in space now? Is that how some of these beings, these Sibyls, became what it was and shit? I mean, what? I never thought about this. Gravity. You would just descend. The elements would affect you. Then no food, no water. And this could be how these entities that we see in our minds floating through if you want to call it meditation, I don't know, it's another dimension to me. This could be how they became like that. A certain mix of chemicals, gases, and frequency made them different. Who knows? Either way, I'm glad that my mind is still right, and the fact that I question things like this, I'm grateful for people who do, because those of you who just sit there and let your brains rot, when I tell you, you will be the zombies. It will be a planet full of zombies. You will have disease. You will be dehydrated and hungry, and there will be some chemical and shit floating through. I do believe it's going to wind up manifesting as zombies. I won't be here. See ya.